Federalism. Federalism is a political system that unites several states or regions within a single central state while allowing these units to retain significant autonomy in specific areas. This system is mainly based on a constitutional division of powers between the central government and local government. The most famous example is, of course, the United States of America. Absolute monarchy. In an absolute monarchy, the king holds supreme, unrestricted power, often hereditary, over all aspects of the state and its subjects. In this system, the king's word is the law, and there are no legal or constitutional limits to his authority. Other institutions may be symbolic or subject to the king's will. A current example is Saudi Arabia. Dictatorship. A dictatorship is a form of government where power is concentrated in the hands of a single ruler or a small, unelected group. This power often operates outside constitutional limits or in defiance of. Political opposition is crushed, the media is tightly controlled, and a strong security apparatus is established to monitor and control the population. A notable example is North Korea, ruled by Kim Jong-un. Theocracy. A theocracy is a system of government where the ruling authority claims to derive its legitimacy directly from God or a divine power. It governs strictly according to religious law. Clerics or religious scholars hold significant authority and often directly participate in or influence government decisions. Iran is the most controversial and almost the only modern example of this system. Authoritarianism. Authoritarianism is a form of government characterized by a strong central authority that exerts extensive control over political life. Power is concentrated in the hands of a ruling elite or a single leader. It involves widespread state control over society and suppresses genuine political participation of citizens. A key example is China, under the rule of Xi Jinping. Democracy. Democracy means rule of the people, where citizens choose their rulers through free and fair elections. In this system, power is limited by the Constitution and the law, ensuring basic freedoms such as freedom of speech and press. Democracy allows for multiple political parties, majority rule, and protection of minority rights. A leading example of democracy is Canada. Constitutional monarchy. A constitutional monarchy is a system in which the king's powers are limited and explicitly defined by a constitution and established laws. The monarch usually serves as a symbolic and hereditary head of state, while an elected government holds actual power. For instance, the prime minister is accountable to an elected parliament. A notable example is the United Kingdom. Military regime. A military regime is a form of authoritarian rule where the armed forces or a committee of military leaders directly seize decision-making power in the state and control it. Civilian leaders are either completely excluded from power or heavily subordinated to military authority. Such regimes maintain control through the threat or actual use of military force. One of the most debated examples is Egypt, where every president of the Republican era has come from the military establishment.